Hello everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to your weekly live training here with Megan. And in this week's live training, we're going to be talking about the dark side of entrepreneurship that not many people talk about, but over 50% of us are dealing with. And we're going to talk about what that is in a minute. And I'm just going to make sure that we are live here in the group. And as you arrive, let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your week is going. Okay, awesome. We are live and in action over here, and I pulled it up so I can see you. So how is everybody doing this week? Today we're going to be talking about the dark side of entrepreneurship and giving you some tools to be able to navigate that. So if we haven't met yet, hello, great to meet you. Great to have you part of this community. As I mentioned, my name is Megan Nolan. I am the curator of this community, and it is my absolute joy and passion to help you to use the tools of yoga to clear away the clouds of self-doubt and worry so that you can remember who you are, own your brilliance, and go out and make the impact and the income that you are destined for. So today we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people don't talk about, but clearly a lot of us are dealing with. And since it is May, let's just talk about how crazy that is already. Since it is May, it is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I wanted to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart for so many reasons, and something that I'm really passionate about because of my own experience, my familial experience, and my compassion for all of you amazing people, as well as those of you that are entrepreneurs and business owners, is that research is showing that over 49% of entrepreneurs deal with one or more of the following: ADD, ADHD, depression, and anxiety. And a third of those people studied by the researchers at the University of California had two or more of those. So that's really significant. And that means that on average, about 50% of the people in this community that are entrepreneurs are dealing with one or more of those challenges. And I will be the first to admit, and perhaps you've heard me discuss this before, but I have been challenged by depression and anxiety for most of my life. And that's why I'm really passionate about this. And that's why I am so compassionate with you as you go through those challenges. And also really passionate and driven to share these tools of yoga with you, because I believe that yoga is a deep treasure chest of wealth and wisdom that can help you navigate the emotional roller coaster that is life and that is entrepreneurship. And, you know, just to be real with you, is because a lot of people are really surprised when I tell them that depression has been sort of this cloud that was lingering over me for most of my life, as well as anxiety is something that has really pulled at me and caused me to kind of feel like I was a tornado, or not, well, yeah, a tornado, but yes, also a kite getting whipped around in a tornado and not being able to put my feet on the ground. So I can relate on a very deep level. And that's why I think it's really important that we have this conversation, because perhaps you can too. And I think it's really important that, you know, we have this conversation for a multitude of reasons, because there's a lot of stigma around mental health. And it's something that people don't necessarily want to talk about so openly, and I think it's something that we need to talk about, because if the research is showing us that it's 49% of people, or entrepreneurs specifically, that means that's a lot of people, and it means that a lot of people are really struggling and maybe not have the tools that they need to navigate that. And because I know it so deeply in my own experience, I'm really passionate about sharing these tools, and I'm going to share a tool with you in a little minute. So the reason that seems to be the case, and this is, you know, it's still being looked into, but you can kind of think about it and it makes sense. I mean, Aristotle said that no great mind existed without a touch of madness, and he was speaking to the fact that, and he tapped into the fact that, you know, there's things that kind of lead people to being an entrepreneur and are sort of almost necessary characteristics to be able to make it as one, you know, being creative, being driven, being energized, being motivated. That's what you are, you know, and that's like what drove you to be an entrepreneur and also makes you successful at one. But the research is finding that the more strong that those characteristics of drive and energy and motivation are, the more likely one is to be susceptible to those high highs of feeling anxious or feeling overwhelmed or feeling that like frantic and also the low lows of getting stuck in the frustration, getting into that rumination and you know, those patternings that can be associated with depression or sadness. And so that's an interesting thing, is that like these amazing strengths that you have that are allowing you to move forward as an entrepreneur could possibly make you susceptible to that swing that is, you know, the emotional range that we all have. And I think it's really important that we talk about that, because it's real. And if it's 49% of us, that's a significant portion. And so that's why I'm so passionate, because I know firsthand that the tools of yoga can really help you with that. And so what I wanted to share with you today, welcome as you all arrive. Thank you for being here. Let me know how you're doing. So if you just arrived, we're talking about the dark side of entrepreneurship. The 49% likelihood that you're dealing with one or more of the following of ADD, ADHD, anxiety, depression. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm a huge advocate for this conversation of mental health, as I have been dealing with anxiety and depression for most of my adult life. I mean, well, most of my life actually, let me qualify that. And I have found that the tools of yoga are really helpful to deal with those high highs of anxiety and feeling frantic and feeling overwhelmed and not feeling like you know what to do next because you have so much freaking stuff to do. That, or stuck in that pattern of rumination and sadness and discouragement and overwhelm and just, again, feeling that crushing weight of depression. And so I know these emotions very well, as you can tell, and perhaps you do too. And it's okay for us to talk about this. And that's one of the reasons that Mental Health Awareness Month exists, is because people are scared to talk about it. And I think it's really important that we acknowledge that human beings, you included, have a wide range of emotions. And in order to be able to navigate those expressions of life, of your heart and of your, you know, emotional spectrum, there's tools that can help. And yoga, thank the gods, has a lot of them. And I know for me, you know, I'm going to share a breathing technique that I've found to be really helpful to regulate, to help you to calm yourself down. And so that's a really great one if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling stressed out, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling uncertain, if you feel like you got so many freaking things to do, you don't know what to do next. This is a good breathing technique for that. I find sometimes when I'm feeling that heaviness of depression, you got that dull ache in your heart, then it's good to move your body and do asana and move and get energy flowing. And so that's, you know, that's another option as well. So the breathing technique that I wanted to share with you today is a 1 to 2 breath. So you inhale for, say, 3 counts, and then you exhale for double that amount. So 5 to 6 counts. So what we're doing with this breathing pattern that we're going to do together in a second is, because it engages your diaphragm, because you're breathing all the way out, it squeezes your vagus nerve. So your vagus nerve is the main nerve in your calming aspect of your nervous system. So this is really helpful for shifting you into a place of calm, feeling grounded, feeling centered. So as you guys arrive, let me know that you're here. Just say hi, wave, give me an emoji to let me know that you're here. I see that there's a bunch of you here, and maybe you're just listening quietly, and that's okay. So we're talking about why it's important to use the breath, to help you to feel grounded and calm and centered again, especially if you are feeling anxious, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling that like frantic pace of life or business ownership that can be often a constant companion. Stacy, hi, beauty, great to see you. Aloha from Maui, great to see you, lovey. Thank you for saying hi. So Mental Health Awareness Month, using a tool from yoga. And the cool thing about this is yes, this was, you know, a breathing pattern developed by the ancients thousands of years ago, validated by modern science. Boom. Science, spirituality. I love that intersection. Hi, Rachel. Great to have you as well. So tonifying the vagus nerve. Ironic, right? If you've been to Vegas, that place is not calm. I've never been, for a reason. Tonifying the vagus nerve, helping you to regulate your heart rate, helping you to bring your brain and your heart into a consistent pattern, stimulates a whole cascade of helpful healing hormones, decreases the level of cortisol, adrenaline, all of that good stress hormones, so that you can feel grounded, you can feel calm. Because we all have experienced that to varying degrees, and you don't necessarily feel like you have to label yourself as somebody who deals with anxiety. I'm sure you've dealt with stress, certainly in this last year, right? We all have to some degree, some more than others, right? So what we're gonna do is a breathing technique where we're gonna inhale for 3 counts. We breathe, we fill up from the bottom to the top, and then we exhale from the top down. So the exhale is the grounding, calming aspect. So as you do this, feel yourself as though you're rooting down into the chair, into the floor, into the earth, depending on how deep you want to go with it. And then as you inhale, you're rising yourself up. So welcome everybody. We're just about to do a very calming breathing technique. So if at any point in the breathing technique, you start to feel yourself getting a little bit rattled, just breathe normally, but just focus on the breath. Okay, so we're gonna breathe in through our nose and we're gonna breathe out through your mouth. Sometimes it's even more helpful if you purse your lips while you do it, because that's again activating certain aspects of the vagal nerve, which are in your neck and your throat. So take that or leave it. If you like the science, there it is, but just use the breath. That's awesome too, okay? Okay, so you're gonna roll your shoulders back, either sitting or standing nice and tall, and you're gonna inhale through your nose. Ready? Breathe in from your belly, chest, throat, and now exhale from the top down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Feel yourself grounding and relaxing and calming. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 on your own. Good. Let's come back together. And as you inhale, you're going to repeat to yourself, I inhale a deep sense of calm and peace. As you exhale, I exhale tension, stress, resistance. Try that. Ready? Inhale. I inhale a deep sense of calm and peace. I exhale resistance, stress, tension. One more time. I inhale a deep sense of calm and peace. I exhale stress, tension, resistance. Breathe normally. And exhale. When you're ready, open your eyes. Let me know in the comments how you are feeling. How are you feeling right now? Can you feel a difference between before we started doing the breathing and now? Before you started doing the breathing and now. So while you type that into the comments, I will let you know that the American Institute of Stress, which obviously knows about stress, says that the breathing, your breath, is the most powerful tool that you have to reduce your stress rather quickly. In fact, within 20 seconds. So this breathing pattern of inhaling for 3 counts, exhaling for 6 counts, engages the diaphragm, tonifies your vagus nerve, shifts you into a place of calm, helps you to feel more grounded, relaxed, centered. Brandy feels calmer. Yes, thank you. Isn't it incredible? Your breath carries with it the powerful, vital life force. It allows the breath to permeate through your entire body, fueling it with prana. In yoga, we call it prana. Here in Hawaii, they call it mana. Maybe it's chi, vitality, oxygen, whatever you want to put on that as a label. It allows you tune in to that natural flow and rhythm, that steady state of feeling calm, feeling grounded, feeling centered, being in your body and out of that frantic busyness of the mind. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling stressed, very powerful tool. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling discouraged, sad, it's very soothing for your nervous system to begin to tap you back into that powerful presence that is your true essence. So a lot of times when we get caught up in the stories of the mind, the noise of the mind, then we start to really get pulled in all of these different directions, despite wanting to move forward and, you know, move towards your goals. And it's a challenging thing, and it's a moment-to-moment recalibration. And luckily, you know, yoga has a variety of tools to help you with that. So it's really important, because when we can tap back into that calm energy, that is your natural state, and allows you to remember that, tap into that, be that, and from that place move forward, because that's the version of you that of course feels the best, because it's your natural essence, right? And so of course there's going to be ups and downs, and that's normal and that's inevitable, but it's really learning how to recalibrate yourself and bring yourself back to center so that you are in that steady state, elevating your emotional state, elevating your inner state, so that you are moving forward from that place, because that's the energy, right? That's the energy of creativity and focus and clarity and inspiration. That's the energy of being a magnet to all that you desire, attracting these things into your life. That's the energy of creativity and alignment that you want to be showing up with, right? And so remembering that these tools are always available to you, and I hope that you found that helpful. And just knowing that, you know, it's important for us to have these conversations, because mental health is kind of hid in the shadows for a long time. And so it's really important to really acknowledge that we all have these ups and downs to varying degrees. Entrepreneurship is the roller coaster in and of itself. And then you throw that other stuff in the mix. It's quite an embarkment, right? Let me know if you can relate. Give me a laugh emoji if you're like, yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. It's okay. Yeah, so I'm honored to share these tools with you. I'm really grateful that you're here in this amazing community. And I think, you know, just knowing that you have these tools available to you to help you recenter periodically, whether, you know, even if you're feeling great, just know that it's great for your body. And to do that is so important, right? Stress in and of itself is a whole other beast. And so it's really important to just take time to recalibrate. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that. Awesome. Well, if anybody has any questions, you can drop those here now, and I would love to answer them for you. And I think that's all for now. You know, if you have any tools that you want to share that help you to regulate, that help you to feel good, please drop those in the comments below. And I think it's so important that we talk about this and we support each other, because if 49% of entrepreneurs are dealing with ADD, HDD, depression or anxiety, that means there's a good chunk of us in here that are dealing with one or more of those. And so just putting it on the table of figuring out how we can support each other, because you're destined for success, my beautiful friend. We just gotta get that other stuff out of the way so you can tap back into that and move forward from that place of deep knowing. So have a beautiful rest of your day. Sending you lots of love and deep breaths, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you as part of this amazing community. If you have any questions, reach out, and otherwise I bid you adieu until next time. Have a great day. Take care.